At the same time, the mandate and House Bill 1053 before you, if passed, would allow people to choose not to participate. Okay? We need to let the U.S. Supreme Court decide whether we are socially obligated to each other to participate in the insurance mechanism so that when we need care, it's there. That's the issue, I think, before you in 1053, is to let the U.S. Supreme Court decide whether health insurance and a mandate, we're all paying Medicare taxes out of our checks, okay, for a program that seniors need. Do the rest of us need to have a requirement that we also participate in the health insurance compact?
Thanks, Dr. Thompson. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Representative Gaskill, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Thompson, thank you for being here. I don't always agree with you, but I always respect you. So you're basically saying let's just leave this thing alone until the Supreme Court acts, right?
I'm saying this bill is premature and puts the state at risk if passed until the Supreme Court acts. Once the Supreme Court acts, you on this committee will have a much clearer picture of what the federal position is to know how to guide state action.
Well, you know, let's don't put all our eggs in one basket on this Supreme Court. You know, anytime those folks get into a problem, they bring up the Commerce Clause, and then you can bet it's going to be constitutional. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Representative Lee.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Following your logic on that we need to wait until the Supreme Court makes this decision, would you then agree that we should take the billions of dollars that the federal government's given us and put it in a separate account and hold that out until the Supreme Court makes the decision?
Well, the law is that if we don't implement this change, the federal system will come in and do it for us. This administration, and I think the leadership of the legislature, really believes that local control, state control of what we are able to be in control of is the most important thing to do. The fiscal resources that are going to flow represent an opportunity for us to serve your constituents that have not been able to afford health insurance.
Okay, thank you. So you do not think we should wait to spend the billions of dollars we've been given by the federal government? Is that your testimony? You think we should not put it in a separate account and wait until the Supreme Court makes the decision?
The issue before the Supreme Court is the mandate requirement between the two
Correct. I'm
federal
following
issues.
your logic, though,
Right.
of saying we shouldn't discuss this until the Supreme Court makes a decision. So I'm just asking if then you think we should take the money the federal government's given us and hold that out until the Supreme Court makes the decision? Or should we just continue spending the federal money?
The other components of the federal money are not being questioned in the Supreme Court decision. The Medicaid expansion, the expanded on the tax
Correct,
rates.
but parts of it are.
Right.
Let me ask another question, if I may, Madam Chair.
You have less than 1 minute to ask that question because we're running out of time on the.
Correct, which is why I voted no on limiting debate. You're using the term, you said that there are states that are being sued that have enacted this, you and the woman from the Attorney General's office. Can you tell me which states are?
I didn't say that states were being sued over their action to date. There is the Deputy Attorney General said there's a long history of when state law is in conflict with federal law,
Right.
that ends up in legal action that the states routinely and uniformly end up on the short end of the stick.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Thank you, Madam Chair.